First of all, let me thank my colleagues for showing up in full force to this inaugural meeting of the Ministerial Advisory Committee for the planning of the high-level Ministerial Conference on Antimicrobial Resistance.
The fourth was held in Jeddah, and we all attended. So at that time, that the baton was passed on to Nigeria for us to hold in 2026. This is going to be the first ministerial meeting of African soil. It's supposed to highlight our leadership as a country to advance again the low to medium income countries and African priority global AMR programs. It is a platform to foster regional solidarity and equity. We need to showcase Africa's progress, amplify African voices, and prioritize low to medium income perspectives in shaping global AMR response.
Nigeria took an integrated approach to dealing with issues of health. Human health, animal health, plant health, environment are all interconnected. And that's why we had the One Health Steering Committee established even before now. This is the first time we're holding this with the Ministry of Livestock and the Honourable Minister since the ministry was created. But it is that perspective that we need to look at these issues holistically. And by working together, we can mobilize expertise across various sectors and disciplines to develop sustainable multi-sectoral approaches and solutions that will protect human health, animal health, and the environmental ecosystem, to secure our food systems. And I think that's the reason why we're rolling this approach into our preparation for this conference in 2026. The DG NCDC, I commend you because since coming back from Jeddah, you mobilized, you organized, and you were very diligent in beginning the preparatory steps that is bringing us to this stage where we are announcing the date, but we are also launching the process to prepare for the high-level meeting on June 29th and 30th, 2026. You have been very intentional and strategic in the preparation, the way that you and your team have been preparing this, along with the various working groups that are here. And we acknowledge, of course, the strong foundations that had been laid by the preceding countries, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and Oman, the Sultanate of Oman, and even Netherlands, who have committed to support Nigeria to have a successful outing in 2026, which is the first time that such a high-level meeting will be held in the African continent, so that we make a showing. So it's not only for Nigeria, but I believe it's also really representing the aspirations of the entire continent, because that's what we're doing this for. By taking also not only a multi-sectoral approach, but a whole of government and whole of society approach. The ministers here are the core, but they are also representing a whole of government approach. We are fortunate in the advisory committee that we also have the benefit of Professor Onyebuchi, former minister, who is member of the Global Leaders Group on Antimicrobial Resistance, which is the highest global level entity that is governing this effort and has been championing this effort to fight antimicrobial resistance, and in fact, all through the various UN mechanisms. And it's natural that we invite and lean on your expertise and your reach as we develop this. This is now taking place in your own home country as well. Essentially committing us to doing this June 29th to 30th, 2026, and gives a media contact point who would be the point of contact if there are questions that can be channeled to any member of the Ministerial Advisory Committee in hall or in their respective positions, because we are doing this as a team. so that we pull together and support the planning committee and the various mechanisms that are in there. So that's the press release, and you'll have copies of it. I didn't read it verbatim, but that's just a summary of what it is. This announcement of Dr. Lakija will be separate by the ministry on its side. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and sign?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good.